Welcome to the home of the Scarlet Knights in Piscataway, New Jersey, the Rutgers Athletic Center. As we feature the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, they got a brand new coach for their women's gymnastics team, and they welcome in number 25, Penn State Nittany Lions. Taking a look at Big Ten's teams ranked in the top 25, Penn State has been as high as 22. Michigan, as always, leading the pack with Nebraska, Minnesota, and the Buckeyes. And hello, everybody. I'm Dean Linke. Always great to be with our Illinois All-American Alina Weinstein. And here we go, Alina, new coach for Rutgers, Penn State Sarah Brown in her second year. So let's start with the Nittany Lions. They have two very special all-arounders.
Well, we have a powerful duo from Penn State. We have a senior and a sophomore challenging each other for the all-around crown. Last week against Illinois, Sabrina Garcia, she came out on top for the first time ever in her career, and what a time to do it in her last season as a Nittany Lion. Now, let's not forget about Lauren Bridgens. She's our superstar sophomore, All-American last year, and a perfect 10 on bars in her back pocket. She's very much the future of Penn State gymnastics, and she just keeps getting better and better.
New coach for Rutgers, Salim Beasley. She's happy to have some athletes back that were out last year.
Caitlin Hall, she's back. We missed her all of last year due to a knee injury, modifying her gymnastics just a little bit for that injury, but we'll see her in the leadoff position, an important role on balance beam today. And Belle Wong, she's our sophomore all-arounder. She was the JO national champion on balance beam. She's got fantastic attention to detail, and I'm really excited about her clean and elegant gymnastics.
All right, let's take a look at the competition order today from Rutgers. The Scarlet Knights will start on vault, then bars, beam, floor. Penn State will do the opposite. All right, last week on BTN, we showed you Alina Weinstein's perfect 10. So let's ask her keys to a perfect 10.
Halfway through the gymnastics season, regular season, it's really time for us to start turning it on. So hit handstands, polish forms, stuck landings. We're gonna be looking for those handstands all the way up in a 90-degree angle on bars. Want to make sure that we have polished form, toes, feet together, and then stuck landings, really putting that punctuation mark at the end of the routine.
Of course, we love the fire of head coach Sarah Brown in her second year, the All-American gymnast from Missouri.
Sarah Brown, can't say enough good things about her. I just love watching her on the competition floor. Looks like she's almost ready to start competing, and what a leader for this team.
And how about Rutgers' brand new coach, Salim Beasley? She was a star at West Virginia, was an assistant coach at Rutgers, needed head coaching experience, went to Temple. Now she's back leading the Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
And I'm sure Rutgers is excited to have her back. If anybody could talk about what the keys to success for a perfect 10 look like, it's going to be her. She currently has the uneven bars record at West Virginia. She got a perfect 10 against Rutgers.
Yeah, how about that? And now leading the Scarlet Knights, and I get the feeling that they love her in Piscataway as they try to bring back the gymnastics program for the Scarlet Knights. And as we told you already, Rutgers will start on the vault. Penn State will start on the bars. And of course, that means we'll get a look at Lauren Bridgens at some point for Penn State with that perfect 10 a year ago. But it's going to be Tony Williams leading off for Rutgers on the vault.
And she is just so naturally talented. Her vault is huge. Definitely capable of doing more. She's nursing a little bit of a hip injury. Don't want to push her too hard right now, said coach, but we're going to see a lot of height, tall gymnastics here on this vault, starting us off.
You see it, number 3, Michelle Morisano. She will also compete in the all-around for who you see right there in your screen wearing the black jacket. She's got 3 daughters that'll be running around as well. One of them has a field hockey match today. Certainly enjoyed spending time with her. Her husband, a former superstar football player at West Virginia and in the NFL, as Penn State getting ready. They'll start on the bars with Erin Allen, Ava Verdaflor, Tess McCracken, Lauren Bridgens, Alyssa Bonzo, and Sabrina Garcia, who, by the way, is tied for 5th in the Big Ten on the bars. So Bridgens at 4, and then the anchor Garcia. They've been very good. They're 11th in the country, in fact, on the bars, Penn State. So looking forward to getting things started with them on the bars. All right, here we go. We're underway. Delighted to have you with us here on BTN. Tony Williams, the leadoff, and as you see Umi standing over her shoulder, she said she knew who the 6 were, but they've kind of been moving people around. Tony went 3rd last week. She'll lead off today.
And we'll see that a little bit from both teams today. This is definitely the time where if you want to shuffle around lineups so that the athletes can get comfortable to these new orders, this is the time to do it. She's starting off with a Yurchenko full. No kidding, that is a great vault. She's definitely a powerful athlete. You could see the height that she's getting off of the vault table. We'll see this again in that round-off entry. Notice the block she's getting, straight body all the way through. She could have gotten her chest up just a little bit, just shuffling her feet, not really sure where the ground is, but definitely a big vault to start off with.
Yeah, her career high is a 9.8, and that looked every bit of a 9.8. Tony Williams leading off. Now we move over to Erin Allen, the junior for the Penn State Nittany Lions. Erin Allen with a 9.8 career high.
She has a huge double layout dismount. It's going to be exciting to see at the end of the routine. Starting off pretty strong with a really nice handstand. Notice we're looking at that 90-degree angle. Big straddle Jaeger. She's really focusing on these details here, keeping those legs glued together as she transitions from the high bar to the low bar. And that last handstand there, just a little quick there, but definitely focusing on those handstands. Small hop backwards, but overall really great leadoff routine. If you take a look here, she's winding up for that double A. Couldn't quite hang on to that landing there, but no big deal. She took a little bit of a hop backward. That was a nailed routine, so I'm sure the Nittany Lions are happy about that.
So Erin Allen, the transfer from Kentucky, is done. Mia Betancourt, who has led off on the vault, she's up next for Rutgers.
She's doing a big Yurchenko full. That was really beautiful. I really loved the block that she got off that table. She piked that down just a little bit on the landing. But if you take a look at this round-off entry, I'm really impressed with that block. Really straight body, just a small hop back. Again, she's just getting really nice body positions in the air. If she could just get her chest up just a little bit, I think that's a really great vault.
Yeah, Umi talks about how Mia is fearless. And we saw it there as we move back over to the bars. Ava Vertiflor, a 9.85 this season for her season high and career high.
Ava's just a beautiful gymnast to watch on bars. What I love about her is her attention to detail on these handstands. And you'll notice that she's really holding those handstands for more than that half a second and making sure that the judges really know that she's hit it.
So Erin Allen already in with a 9.725. Sarah Brown looking on, waiting for thumbs up to see the sophomore from Allen, Texas, Allen High School, which is like a college if you've ever been. It is gigantic. Phenomenal athletes come out of Allen High School, and certainly Ava's one of them.
We've seen Ava hit this routine really nicely already this season. I think if she puts it all together today with those handstands and a stuck dismount, I think we can get a really big score out of her.
Penn State coming off that win over Illinois. But Sarah Brown talking about the fact that she doesn't care about wins or losses. It's about the scores that increase or drop your ranking.
Definitely. They're going to be focusing on competing against themselves right now. And Ava's moving through this routine really nicely. Beautiful last handstand there. Full pirouette to a double back. Not the best landing. A little soft on her knees, and she didn't really anticipate the ground on that one. Let's take another look at that dismount. She's going to be doing a full pirouette into the double back. We'll see that right here. Notice the handwork there. Straight into that double back. Was trying so hard to absorb that landing that she just couldn't quite get those knees strong enough to not take those couple steps back.
So now we go to one of the all-arounders, Michelle Morisano, the junior from New Jersey, a journalism and media major, and she is a team captain.
And this is a new vault for her this year. Really nice Yurchenko full. I'm very impressed with these body positions. I love seeing straight body in the air. The only thing that she has to do here is now absorb that landing, see the ground when she's opening up, and I think we have a pretty solid vault here. But notice the round off entry, beautiful block, straight body position there. Just had to see that landing a little bit sooner. But again, just really nice body positions.
Scarlet Knights having a good time. Tess McCracken will be in the third spot for Coach Brown on the bars. She has put up a 9.9 this year, her season and career high. And part of the reason Penn State is number 11 in the country, Ava, we can tell you, a 9.6.
Definitely not the score that we were looking for, but we saw a little bit of trouble on that dismount. Hopefully the Nittany Lions can compensate for that score here, really clean up their gymnastics.
Of course, 6 up, 5 count. You can remind everybody about that, Alina.
We're going to be looking to drop the lowest score in the lineup here. So looking at a really beautiful Tkachev. Nice handstands here. Nice bail to handstand. Stayed a little bit long on that low bar there. We're definitely going to be counting a fall on this. Again, a fall is 5/10 deduction off of the overall score here. So not the position that we want to be in for the Nittany Lions. And you can tell she was just thinking about jumping to the bar a little bit too long here and had a little bit of trouble on that Stalder. She was trying to open up a little bit too early, and of course she wants to get her shoulders over that bar so she can shoot up into a handstand. She'll try and repeat this dismount here in order to get the connection bonus. So we have the toe on, the Stalder, beautiful. Straight into the double back. Nice job. Good recovery.
Stuck landing after the fall, so we'll wait and see if, in fact, her score, though, is below the 9.65 of Ava Vertiflor. This is Tess McCracken.
And here's another look at that Stalder, and of course that was the second time around. She was able to get her shoulders over that bar there. Beautiful stuck landing. Hopefully this score won't count for the Nittany Lions and they'll be able to drop this.
She did a nice job holding it with her toes. Okay, you start thinking about all-arounders, might as well think about them early. Belle Wong will feature in the all-around. She's up on vault.
Nice job on that Yurchenko full. Showing some really good control on that landing. Wasn't a stick, but she definitely took a very nice controlled step back. I think the theme for the Scarlet Knights here is they have beautiful positions in the air as they're twisting here. And that was really nice. Just took that step back. She'll be working on trying to get that stuck for the rest of the season here.
Lauren Bridgens, a perfect 10 last year against BYU.
Awesome as a freshman to have something like this in your back pocket. And really when we talk about this routine, it really was flawless. There were no deductions. She hit all of those handstands, stuck that dismount, and man, I'm excited for her to do this again. I know that she's totally capable of it, and now's the time to turn it on.
Well, and she just lights up the camera. We were talking before we went on the air. I mean, you called her the boss, and you're exactly right, Alina. I mean, she is the boss. She demands the camera. The judges can't keep their eyes off of her. Everybody is drawn to Lauren Bridgens.
Definitely, Dean. She just has such a commanding presence, and she's such a mature competitor, which I love to see that kind of confidence out of an athlete. She knows what she's capable of, and she knows that she can deliver some really high scores for the Nittany Lions. I'm just so excited that we get 3 more years with her.
All-American, as you said, in the Open already, becoming the 29th All-American in Penn State history. We can tell you McCracken with a 9.15, as that'll be the score that Sarah Brown will hopefully drop as Lauren Bridgens gets up. Just showed you that perfect 10 from a year ago against BYU.
Nice job starting off super strong with that nailed handstand in the 90 degrees. She got that second one out of the bail. Nice job on that 90-degree handstand here. Just doing the full pirouette dismount. Let's see if she can get that stick. Wasn't quite a stick, but definitely not a step. They'll take a little tiny deduction for that foot movement. That was a really amazing routine.
Just a little step on the landing.
And here's that full pirouette double back. I wouldn't even call it a step. It was more of a shuffle there, a tiny bunny hop, but still, really great routine. I think she was really focusing on that stuck landing.
All right, here comes Ray Ali, the senior from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
And coach says she is all power, which can be great, but sometimes you do a little bit more than you need sometimes, and you have to hone it in. Beautiful, Yurchenko full. I love her reaction. She knows it was a good vault. What I loved about that landing is that she was flaring it out. She saw the ground, couldn't quite hang on to it, but I'd rather take a big vault like that than a stuck vault that doesn't get off the table.
She's one of the team captains, showing some fire.
And here it is, huge height off of the table, nice distance. Just didn't quite flare that out as soon as she needed to. But I think she's gonna be working on that for the rest of the season. I think we'll see a stuck vault out of her.
All right, we can tell you Lauren Bridgens with a 9.85 on the bars. A little bit under her season high of 9.9, and obviously well short of that perfect 10 of a year ago. Alyssa Bonzel is up next for Penn State in that 5th spot. Her career high is a 9.9. Her high score this year, Alina's a 9.85.
And she won bars last week. So let's see if she can do this again. Starting off strong with a really nice handstand. Seeing that 90 degrees, a little bit of foot separation there. A little quick on that half pirouette. This is a nice routine. Let's see if she can hit that handstand. Nice. And just gearing up for that dismount. Beautiful double A. Just a small hop back. Nice routine.
Well, Penn State was aware that Ali had a 9.85, so Sarah Brown, knowing they already had a fall, they needed a solid performance from Alyssa Bonzel.
And I think they recovered in this lineup really well. We'll see this release move one more time, directly into a pack salto. Really nice. Moving to a dismount here, double A, just the tiniest hop back. Really nice routine here.
All right, and the anchor at vault, coming off Ali's career high of a 9.85. You got some momentum going. You see that knee all wrapped up, missed all of last year as Caitlin Hall, if she can put up a 9.85 or 9.9, good scores for Rutgers.
Here we go, Yurchenko full. Nice vault. She was really working on that stuck landing. I can totally see her mental energy just focusing so hard. Wasn't a stick, but it was a beautiful big vault. Got some really good distance and height off of the table. See it again here. Nice block off the table, beautiful body position. You can see her arms going up at the end. She was trying to flare it out and stop her momentum from going backwards, and it just tripped her up just a little bit, but I'm very impressed with this vault lineup.
Another all-arounder, Sabrina Garcia, tied for 5th in the conference, 23rd overall on the bars, a 9.95 this year for her season and career high. It's been a special senior campaign for Sabrina Garcia.
And if there's anyone that we can rely on to deliver a big score, it's Sabrina. She is such a dynamic and powerful athlete. Here she goes, piked Jaeger, beautiful. Focusing on those handstands, really nice. really nice toe-on connection to a bail handstand. She's just gonna look to finish up this routine. Hit this handstand, nice work. And just the dismount here. If she can stick this landing, I think she can go 9-9. Yes, beautiful. That's what we want to see.
Yeah, so good. That's what she said, so good. That says it all.
It was so good. That was the routine we wanted. Let's take another look at that stick. She's doing a double layout dismount, saw the ground, didn't move, fought for it.
Scores are going to be tight through this first rotation. Rutgers bringing some energy in their home arena. Lauren Bridgens, so outstanding, and Ali with a new career high for Rutgers. Penn State Nittany Lions have been out and about making it happen. They read with Bellefontaine Elementary. They're also going to do a book drive later on. They do Toys for Tots. Sarah Brown, a bright light at the Penn State Nittany Lions, making it happen with her gymnasts, getting involved in the community. And speaking of the bright light, here is the second-year head coach of Penn State, Sarah Brown. And being involved in the community is very important to you, right, Coach?
It is. It's something that we feel really strongly about, and we want to give back every chance that we get. So getting into those local elementary schools and helping out with Toys for Tots in our local community is something we really enjoy.
Coach, we talked this week, and you said you felt confident in your training. Talk to me about that bar rotation and what you're focusing on here for vault.
You know, I thought on bars we were trying really hard to be perfect, and we really should have just let it swing a little bit more. We kind of know what the pace of the meet's going to be like now, and there's great energy in this arena, so we're hoping to build on it as we go to vault.
Sarah, you always bring great energy. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you guys so much.
All right, don't forget Monday on BTN, the Big Ten Women's Sports Report keeps you up to date on everything happening in the conference with highlights, interviews, and analysis. Don't miss the Big Ten Women's Sports Report Monday at 6:30 Eastern right here on BTN. Let's take a look at the results through the first rotation. Rutgers on vault, and nice results there as a career high for Ray Ali with a 9.85.
Well, I thought that vault rotation for the Scarlet Knights was just incredible. I loved their body positions off of the table. They were so dynamic and powerful, definitely well deserving of those scores.
So 48.925 for Rutgers as we move over to the scores for Penn State. Of course, they came in 11th in the country on bars. They had to scratch Tess McCracken, and then there's Sabrina Garcia. Needed a big score, her and Bridgens 9.85s.
And we heard it from Coach. They definitely were a little tight here. It looked like they were focusing so hard on being perfect that they just didn't let it swing. And this is a really good bar team. So seeing that routine from Sabrina Garcia, I thought that should have gone higher than a 9.85, but that's kind of what happens when you have a little bit of trouble and you're not starting off as strong as you can. But I think we'll see them focus on some of these routines in practice, and they'll come back super strong next week.
All right, so Rutgers with a slight lead, 48.925 over Penn State with a 48.875. And when you think about all-arounders, you saw Bridgens and Garcia with identical scores there to get things started for Penn State. And speaking of all-arounders, right on cue, our BTN crew ready to rock and roll as you see the all-around scores. Of course, Bridgens and Garcia out with the lead.
It's going to be a tight meet today for sure. Lauren and Sabrina, our powerful duo from Penn State, starting off very, very strong, tying each other for the first place. But it's still early, so we'll see some good gymnastics out of these four today.
All right, Alina, with it being so early, Rutgers at home, Penn State all about trying to keep in the top 25. Do they talk at all about the fact they're down after one, or are they not thinking about that?
No, they're definitely not thinking about this. They're focusing on competing with themselves and making sure that they are just better than they were last week. So starting off pretty strong with a nice vault there, Yurchenko full. Good vault, getting some good block off of the table.
It's Melissa Astorita, who's got a career high of a 9.780, leading off for the Penn State Nittany Lions on vault.
And here's another look at that Yurchenko full. Now, she's capable of doing a Yurchenko 1.5, so I want to see her find her rhythm here and get really consistent with that full, and I hope we'll see some big things out of her this season.
Umi Salim Beasley switching things around here. Last minute, Emily Draus will lead off, the sophomore for Rutgers.
And she was slated to do this routine as an exhibition today. Now her score is actually counting. That was a huge straddle Jaeger. She's really working on finding these handstands here. I really like this routine so far. Now if she can just find that handstand at the end here and finish up this dismount, see the landing, that's going to be a nice score.
The sophomore from Longwood, Florida. Career high of 9.05.
And she didn't think her score was going to count today as an exhibition spot, but I think they're going to count this routine here. That was a really nice routine. Another look at that dismount. Full pirouette to a double back. Just a small hop there with her chest down, but overall, really great start.
Sabrina Garcia, Melissa Astorita starting things off with a 9.7. As Sabrina Garcia, one of the all-arounders.
Just doing some last-minute self-talk here before she salutes, gets ready for that vault. And here she goes, Yurchenko half. Beautiful stuck landing there. Really drilled that into the ground. That is the best that she could have done that vault.
So now you really got to take a look at her approach because it was definitely a stuck landing.
Well, it's not going to be a perfect 10 because that vault does not start out of a 10-0, but it's going to be pretty close. And here's another look at that Yurchenko. Really nice entry there. She just knew exactly where the ground was. And look at that, she loved it. That was a great vault.
Boy, the confidence, right? Her first all-around title last week against Illinois and bringing it here. Speaking of bringing it, Ray Ali with a career high on the vault. She'll go second for Rutgers, following Emily Dross's 9.7. You think about Emily Dross, she thought maybe she was going to be exhibition. Does that take the pressure off for her?
I think it puts more pressure in when she's not expecting her score to count and then all of a sudden her score is counting. So you have to be in the right state of mind to make sure that you nail that routine, and she did.
Ray Ali from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
And that was a nice dismount. I love seeing her enthusiasm at the end of the routine. She is just excited about gymnastics. I love that.
Well, we got to let you know that her career high on bars is 9.75. She's already topped it on vault. We'll keep an eye if she can top a 9.75 on bars.
And here's another look at that dismount. We probably won't see that dismount again. Coach loved it. We have not seen her on bars since her freshman year. So for her to put those grips back on as a senior just talks about her determination in the gym.
Bars is the main focus for Umi Salim Beasley, so certainly she was right there to get fired up. Here's Alyssa Bonzel, up third now for Penn State.
And she's been working really hard on finding her landings. She's getting better every week. Let's take a look at that Yurchenko fall. She got really nice block off of the table. She really didn't need to pike that down as much as she did. I would have loved to see her straight body all the way through that full twist. We'll take another look at this again. Nice Yurchenko entry there. Just piking down ever so slightly. Made her take that hop back. I think she could have held on to that straight body position just a little bit longer.
So move back over to Rutgers. Belle Huang. She's got the highest score for Rutgers this year on the bars.
And she is so good at holding these handstands. Now, of course, that first handstand was just a little bit short here, but nice job on that bail to handstand. Let's see if she can get this last one here. Super floaty here. Nice to Tkachev. Just finishing up this routine here with the dismount. Nice full pirouette to the double back. A little bouncy on that landing. It was a really great routine up until that dismount. And here's another look at that Tkachev there. And here's where she had a little bit of trouble in that double back. She just couldn't get her chest up quite enough to compensate for that bounciness in her legs. And great routine still.
Push back over to Courtney Chinnery, a 9.78. She is 12th in the Big Ten on the vault. Her season high is a 9.85. We can tell you, by the way, Bonzo right over her shoulder with her season high for the Nittany Lions. Sarah Brown liking it. What a great shot that is.
And Courtney has been in the lineup every single week here. She has a nice Yurchenko full, just a little bouncy in those legs, but she has great distance, great height off of the table. I'd like to see the Nittany Lions focusing on opening up those vaults just a little bit earlier and see those landings sooner. But nice job for Courtney.
Courtney Chinnery, the sophomore from Suffolk, Virginia. Back on the bars, the season high for the bars, Rutgers had a 48.7 against Nebraska. Nice result as Michelle Morisano all around her in that fourth spot for Coach Umi.
Nice job starting off with that free hip here. Really nice ginger to the bail combination. Nice handstand at the end of the routine here. She has a Arabian dismount here. It's valued as a D. A little bit harder than we've seen in difficulty than the rest of the Scarlet Knights here. And here we go, we're looking at that Arabian. She's doing a half twist and flipping forwards twice. And that in the code of points is valued as a D. So she's gonna get some bonus points for that.
Yeah, Umi said she was high flying in a roller coaster watching Michelle as we push back over to Gianna LaGuardia. As you see Alyssa Bonzo's score and also the score from Chinnery. We understand that Gianna's mom and a couple other moms from Penn State went and saw Good Morning America, courtesy of our producer, Tony DeSantis. So a little extra bonus as they're in town to watch Penn State take on Rutgers.
Here we go. Beautiful Yurchenko full. Nice body position. She is definitely the highest scoring vaulter here in this lineup. I'd like to see her focus on that landing. If she could stick that landing, that would be a really high score. I'll see that straight body there, just piking her hips down just ever so slightly there on the landing. So the judges will take a small deduction for that.
Pretty good lines, though, for Gianna LaGuardia, the senior from Thornton, Colorado, as we move back over to Rutgers. And it's Caitlin Hall, 9.775 career high. Her high score this year is a 9.725. 9.75 for Gigi. By the way, that 9.825 ties the career high for Michelle Morisano, who could make some noise in the all-around tonight.
Definitely, and that was a really beautiful routine from Michelle. Let's take a look at Caitlin here, starting off strong here. They toe on directly into a Delchev. This routine is packed with some really nice connections. She's going to be doing a full pirouette to a double back, stuck the landing. Nice routine.
All the way back from that knee injury a year ago, you can still see that knee is wrapped up. She's got the brace, but a stuck landing off the transition move. Well done for Caitlin Hall.
She's a fighter. And here we go, that Delchev directly into a bail. And we'll take another look at that dismount. She does a full pirouette into a double back and just stuck the landing. Good routine.
It was as if she was smiling even before she hit that landing. She knew it was coming, Alina.
She knew it was coming, and I think I saw the jersey make an appearance. We talked a little bit about that jersey with Coach, trying to bring it back. Of course, I'm from New Jersey, so I like the symbolism here.
So we understand a new career high for Caitlin Hall, by the way, as she jumped over a 9.8. Her previous career high was a 9.775. So we got a lot of career highs going as Lauren Bridgens with a 9.925 career high on the vault.
Trying out that Yurchenko 1.5 and couldn't quite get that landing. Not her best. But good for her trying to put that ball into practice. Of course, she does a 1.5, and that ball is out of a 10.0. So she's really trying to up her difficulty. If she's going to be doing that at any point in the season, it's going to be now so she can get some practice with it. But good for her.
So Sarah Brown will huddle with her team after Bridgens is done. So the 6 up, 5 count is done as we move over to Shannon Farrell. She is 45th in the Big Ten in the bars. She has a career high of 9.875 as Shannon Farrell, the anchor for Rutgers.
Nice job here with that ray directly into a pack. And just finishing up the routine. A little short on that handstand. Beautiful full pirouette into the double back. Nice job. She just needed to get those heels together. A little bouncy on that stick, so I'm not sure if the judges will give it to her, but definitely a way to finish up this bar lineup in style.
You can feel the energy. Even Sarah Brown from Penn State talking about the energy here at Rutgers.
And here we go, another look at that double back. Just a little bouncy. I don't know if the judges will take a deduction for that foot separation there. I don't know if they saw it, but she definitely wants to get those feet clicked together when she presents.
You mentioned get your jersey on. That is the theme this year. Sabrina Garcia, she'll challenge for the all-around. Ray Ali putting up career highs for Rutgers, and Caitlin Hall with a stuck landing. Gymnastics on BTN is brought to you by State Farm. Here to help life go right. Talk to a State Farm agent today and get your jersey on. Part of New Jersey, the only gymnastics program in Rutgers. Get a great performance, pride in your jersey. Number 10, Stick Queen, of course, and certainly Caitlin Hall deserves that. Another Stick Queen. As we look at our State Farm State of Success, we take a look at the incredible career of new Rutgers women's gymnastics coach Umi Salim Beasley. A perfect 10 on the bars at West Virginia, ironically against Rutgers. Look at that elegance there. A superstar gymnast. So glad to have her in the Big Ten. And here she is, Umi Salim Beasley. And Umi, you had a lot of pride when you're talking about getting your jersey on. You got to pass that jersey quite a bit tonight. Nice start for your team.
Well, that's what we're hoping for. So the excitement when the gymnast sticks and has a great routine and puts on that jersey really just motivates the team to want to get more.
And Umi, you've been an important part of this Rutgers team as an assistant coach. You left for a season, now you're back. Talk to me about how it feels to be head coach and what this first season means to you.
It's so exciting to be back. I loved everything about my opportunity here as assistant coach, and being able to come back and lead this team in a new direction was something that I could have really only dreamed of. And being able to build it in the direction that we want it to go in is something that we are really looking forward to. And this year being our foundation year, it's really proving to be a team that is excited about what we're doing and excited about the change.
And Umi, we know you can't do it without your family. A pretty amazing family as you're married to former West Virginia Hall of Fame football player, NFL veteran Aaron Beasley. Your 3 superstar daughters, Amira, Dahlia, and Layla. As we look at the Hall of Fame induction, your parents don't miss a meet. Your family is all in, right, Coach?
I have an unbelievable support system, and really I wouldn't be able to do this job without them, because it's a juggle every single day. My parents have to come up from Maryland at times to take our girls to their practices and to their games, but they're happy to do it, and we're happy to have them.
Umi, we're happy to have you in the Big Ten. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks so much.
All right, outstanding to have Umi as we look at the scores on the bars. Shannon Farrell, she had the jersey as well. Of course she did. A 9-9 in that anchor.
Beautiful routine, and what a competitor. I loved how focused she was, and what a nice routine to put up at the end of that lineup.
Take a look at Penn State scores on the vault, and you can sense a little bit in their eyes. They know they've got some work to do here. Lauren Bridgens going for that big score. They got to drop her, but Sabrina Garcia perhaps leading the all-around.
Sabrina Garcia is dynamic and unstoppable. She's a veteran competitor here, so she knows the drill. She knows that she needs to continue to remain calm as she's competing here. What a leader for the team.
The Rutgers Scarlet Knights looking for that elusive first Big Ten win, and the lead, albeit ever so slim, 97-9 against Penn State's 97.675.
It's going to be a close meet. If Penn State wants to come out with the win today, they really have to do a good job on beam and floor, and they have to stop worrying about being so perfect and just let their gymnastics speak for itself.
All right, let's take a look at the all-around story. 2 athletes going for both teams, and Sabrina Garcia with a 19.675.
No surprise there that she's in the lead. Had a little bit of trouble there with Lauren just because she was trying to debut that vault, and had a little bit of trouble there, but no doubt once Lauren gets that under control, she's going to be coming out on top on the all-around standings as well.
Big performance from Caitlin Hall. That's who we started the show with. As far as Rutgers, she anchored the vault. She was in that 5th spot on the bars, and she'll be the leadoff on the beam with a career high of 9.7. As you take a look at the huddle for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
I'm excited about this beam event. Umi says that this is their best event this year. They have a lot of different combinations that are unique, and I'm excited about seeing where this beam rotation will take us.
See, leading the beam is former Rutgers Scarlet Knight gymnast Anastasia Hallbig in her first season with Michael Rosso. Both those coaches were with Umi Salim Beasley at Temple, as now Penn State with a final huddle before we pop you back over to Caitlin Hall. Career high of 9.7, season high of 9.625 on the beam. It'll be Hall, Ali, Betancourt, Amorisano. First 4 up for Rutgers on the beam.
And we talked about Hall at the beginning of the meet. She is in an important spot in the leadoff position, especially on balance beam. This is going to be the routine that's going to set the tone. So already doing a really nice job with that combination to the splashdown. You can tell that she just looks very calm and confident.
Yeah, Umi talking about a lot of unique combos for all of her athletes. What's she talking about there, Alina?
That was a beautiful flutter jump combination to the split 3/4. She's just doing such a nice job polishing each of these skills and finishing them with no deductions. She goes cartwheel, 1.5 dismount, just a little bit of deduction there on the dismount, a little hop. But overall, I really loved that routine. Here's another look at that cartwheel, 1.5 in a tuck position. Just couldn't quite find the landing there. Took a little hop to the side.
So we know Mason Hosick's up next. We told you this story last year. We know it because her mom, Diana, is hiding her face already. She keeps her eyes closed, films it, and then opens her eyes when her daughter is done. And Mason now, who we know is a beam superstar, is now leading off on the floor. This is super exciting.
Really excited in her senior year to see her on floor. And I love this story about her mom. I think my mom did the same thing when I was competing too. She couldn't be in the same room.
Now remember, we did see Mason fall off the beam and get right back up though. And
nice job starting off with that 2.5 twist. Very difficult skill to find the landing on and show that control. Good first pass. Bit of trouble on that 1.5 to a punch front connection. Just had a little bit of soft knees on that. It wasn't quite as dynamic as she was hoping to be.
Speaking of dynamic, Brianna Sang right there, who was a superstar for Penn State for so many years, now a volunteer coach.
Awesome to have her back coaching the team. And you're right, she was a superstar, brings a lot of experience and a lot of energy here, cheering on Mason as she goes into her last pass. Round up a handspring double pike and out of bounds on that. And remember, that's going to be a 10th off of her overall score here for going out of that white line. We'll just take another look at that last pass. Round up back handspring double pike. Just took a little bit too big of a step there, went out of bounds.
So perhaps Mrs. Hosick a little peek there. She knew she was out of bounds. And how about the energy that Ray Ali has brought the Scarlet Knights tonight? She had that jersey on before passing it over to Caitlin Hall, and why not? As she is dusting off, she is feeling it.
I love that about her. She's just having a good time out there. That's what this is all about.
Mason Hosick, a 9-6 on the floor.
Starting off with the switch lead, straddle quarter, finishing with her feet on the side of the beam. Here she goes, getting ready for that series back handspring layout. Really nice job on that. Yeah. No deduction, she knows it.
Her career high on the beam is a 9.675. She may add another one here on the Big Ten Network. Little wobble.
It's funny that the big skills aren't giving her any trouble, but the little transitions here are. That was a nice switch half. Beautiful landing on that. And here she goes, gearing up for the dismount. Beautiful round off 1.5. Almost had the stick, but took a little bit of a hop. And she's feeling it. Great routine.
Yeah, her concentration on the big skills was money.
It was. If she could just clean up that dance just a little bit, she is solid. Here's another look at that dismount. Just the tiniest hop there. Really awesome work from her. She is. Look at that dance move.
Little Steph Curry shimmy. All right, so Penn State's got to know that Rutgers bring in some good scores as Alyssa Bonzel, her career high and season high, Alina, 9.85. She is up second on the floor for Penn State.
And she has one of the more difficult routines here out of the Nittany Lions. She's going to start off with a double back. Nice control on that landing. She has a really fun floor routine. Now remember, the dance moves here are just as important as the tumbling passes. They need to show split jumps and straddle positions that are above that 180-degree angle, and they need to work on minimizing the deductions there as well and showing control on those landings. Nice connection there. She's just taking a little bit of a breath here. Some of these dance moves. And finishing up with her last pass. Here she goes, round off that handspring, double pike. Nice job on that landing. That was a good routine.
Yeah, Sarah Brown talking about how she picks up the energy really well, and if she can finish that last pass, she can put up a solid score.
And I think she's going to put up a very solid score today. That was a really clean routine. Here's another look at that last pass. This is going to be the hardest pass in your routine because you've already done 90 seconds of work here. So to finish off that landing with no deductions there, I thought that was great.
Right smile from the sophomore from Connecticut. She's got a bright future for the Nittany Lions. We move back over to the beam here, the third rotation, and it'll be Mia Betancourt. She's 43rd in the Big Ten, the highest ranked Rutgers Scarlet Knight on the beam.
And Coach said she's just been so aggressive in attacking this beam routine. She is a confident competitor and she competes really well.
Can tell you that Alyssa Bonzo, a 9.775.
Just a little bit of movement with that leg and shoulder movement. And you'll notice she's smiling through her routine. She just has this relaxation and presence about her as she's competing here.
Yeah, just a freshman from Reading, PA, 9.75 career high on the beam. Talk about that relaxation and the presence. You feel like Umi is bringing that to the squad.
Definitely. I see a new, fresh team here from the Scarlet Knights. I love watching them compete. They are doing a great job so far. Just the dismount. Nice stuck landing there. They're competing well.
Yeah, just a freshman, Mia Betancourt. Older brother Christian, who's a track star at York College of Pennsylvania, and a big smile for the youngster.
And here's another look at that dismount. Doing a standing gainer. A little low on that chest there, but she stuck the landing, and it's important to get these numbers in and feel confident about this gymnastics that they're doing.
She's going to get the jersey after that performance as we move over to Courtney Chinnery, who's got a career high and season high of 9.85 on the floor. You see Bonzo in with that 9.775 that we told you about. Courtney Chinnery up for Penn State.
Goes with that first pass. Ran off whip double pike. Very difficult first pass. And she's a powerful tumbler and really knows how to pump up the crowd.
Well, yeah, when you talk about her, Sarah Brown says she seems reserved, but when she gets on the floor, she knows how to fire up the crowd.
Definitely, and you can see her with these dynamic tumbling passes. That was a round off back handspring double back. And pumping up the crowd with her dance. Nice job on those jumps. you can see why the crowd loves her. She's just so animated, and you can tell that she has awesome facial expressions and really having a good time out there on the dance floor. Oh, didn't want to go out of bounds there. You can see it in her face. Great routine, just needed to hang on to that last pass. Of course, we'll be taking another 1/10 deduction off the top of her score for stepping out of the white line. And there she is, going for that last pass. Ran off 1.5 twist to a front pike. Just had too much power going out of that. Didn't quite see the landing.
What does it mean when your teammates are getting into it? Look at Sabrina Garcia. She knows every move of her teammate, Courtney Chinnery.
I love watching the athletes do the dance moves with them. It's so supportive and just so much fun when you're about to go for the last pass. You're tired, you're gassed, but seeing your teammate right there with you is nice.
Talk about being right there with you. Don't count out Michelle Amorisano. We showed you those all-around scores. Yes, Sabrina Garcia is leading, but Michelle Amorisano, if she can be solid here on the beam, she can be in the all-around story.
Definitely, and she is so calm when she competes. She's very nice to watch. I feel good about her, and she's so confident too.
Can tell you, Lena, Courtney Chinnery a 9.725 on the floor.
Nice job there with that front toss directly into that flutter gem.
She knows all about wearing the jersey. She placed second in the state all-around competition in 2012 and 13, did Michelle Amorisano.
Really nice job with that switch leap combination. And I love her confidence and presence on balance beam. All of these athletes are smiling after each skill. Really nice job on that front full. This is a great beam team. High fives all around. And here's another look at that dismount. Front full. Just a small step to the side, but overall, that was a phenomenal beam routine.
Alyssa Astorita. Courtney Chinnery did have a correction on her score, as you see it now, 9.625. Alyssa Bonzo, solid score, 9.775. As we get you set for Melissa Astorita. She's up next for Penn State.
She has a salsa routine with a lot of Latin flair. Starting off really strong with an open double back. Now you'll notice her double back is a little bit different. She's not putting her hands on her knees, which means she's probably training some bigger skills in the gym.
9.9 last week with this salsa routine, so she's feeling it.
And we talked to Coach. Sabrina Garcia has helped Melissa out with her dance and with her confidence here. And you can see her just moving through this routine so effortlessly. Really having fun with the crowd and focusing on those jump connections.
Start to think about this final pass, we can tell you Michelle Amorisano with a career high 9.8 on the beam for Rutgers.
Here she goes, last pass here. Round off that handspring, double pike. Nice job. Good routine. Last pose. Nice job for Melissa. Just a freshman, and already competing like a veteran here. Big smiles all around.
Take a look at her second pass here, Alina. Fun. Lauren Bridgens on the floor. As fun as it can be, folks. 9.85 career high. And she can electrify a crowd as well. Bridgens 9.85 in her last 3 meets. Pretty consistent.
Here she goes, gearing up for that first tumbling pass. She's going to be doing a round off back handspring, double back. Not quite in control of that landing. Just was keeping her chest down a little bit too much on the floor. Let's see if she can recover here. Front double twist, that's valued as an E, which is a very difficult skill in the code of points. What I love about her is her presentation on floor, especially in her choreography. She has such a great smile and focusing on making sure those leaps series count. And just the last pass here. Front full to a front layout, nice control there. Made that skill look very easy. Nice finish.
Take a look at the second pass. Her first pass had a little stumble, second pass not totally there. We'll take a look at it here, and then we'll show you that solid finish.
And here she goes, front handspring, double twist. That is a very difficult skill to do. It's valued as an E in the code of points. And here's that front full, front layout, nice control there on that landing.
Great way to bring it all the way back, right? For
Pulling it
Lauren
all together.
Bridgens, who perhaps a little bit of fatigue, right? Somebody who has answered the bell for the all-around all season long. And speaking of answering the bell, it's Belle Huang who is in the beam rotation. 9.85 career high and season high for Belle.
Beautiful split, showing off that flexibility really early on in this routine. Coach said that beam is her best event.
.982.5 for Bridgens on the floor.
Beautiful side aerial, front aerial combination. Perfect execution there. You can see why she was our JO national champ on the balance beam.
Yeah, great call, Lena. 2017 national champ in Indy on the beam.
And we can see why here. She is so confident and elegant as she's finishing all of these skills. This has been a really beautiful routine so far. Just the dismount. She'll look to finish this up with a stick. Really nice job. Round off double twist. That is a difficult dismount to do, and she just nailed that routine.
And you can see the jersey's gonna come off, and they're gonna hand it over to Belle Huang. As you said, elegance, beautiful, and then a stuck landing. The side area to get things started big time.
Wow, what a routine. Here's another look at that combination. Side aerial to a front aerial combination. No movement, no deductions. That was fantastic. And here's another look at that dismount. Round off double twist, just saw the ground, click those heels together. That routine was so good.
And here comes the jersey.
She's having a little trouble getting it over her bun there.
The only gymnastics program at a D1 college in the state of New Jersey, Rutgers, as Sabrina Garcia won the all-around last week, the first ever in her career. She is leading the all-around going into this third rotation. You see her scores there so far. She must know that Michelle Morisano put up her career high on the beam. So Sabrina Garcia, who has a career high of 9.9, a season high of 9.875, will need that kind of score.
And she just lights up the competition floor. She is so good on this event. She's really come into her own over her entire career at Penn State.
There's the deep breath. Sabrina Garcia, the senior from Pennsylvania, Redland High School. She's had the highest score most often on the floor. And her coach, Sarah Brown, says she's a showstopper and ready to break through with a 9-9 or better here tonight.
And I hope we see a 9-9 out of her today. She's on fire. Round up back handspring, double back. Nice job on that landing. Showed some really good control there. And now just having a little bit of fun. You can see this super fan from Rutgers trying to follow along with her dance.
Tell you, Belle Wong, a career high, 9.925.
Nice job on that double pike. A little soft on those knees. Just a little crunchy there, but not too bad. You can see Coach Brown clapping in the background, pumping her up. But what I love about Sabrina is how much fun she has on the competition floor with her dance. She really just puts it all together. She is the full package on the floor exercise.
So everybody at home knows Alina Weinstein was on Sabrina Garcia, pumping her up a month ago. You knew she was bringing it this year. I got to give you credit for that, Alina.
And here she goes, wrapping it all up, putting this routine all together. Nice job on that connection. Nice work on that floor routine.
Perhaps she will bust through a 9-9. She may need it because Rutgers flying high with their all-arounders, right? As the high fives come for Sabrina Garcia. That last pass, solid.
Flawless. Here's that 1.5 to a front layout, showing awesome control there right into that last pose.
She deserves a Gatorade break for sure, but so does the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Their senior, Michelle Amorisano, with a career high on the beam. Michelle Amorisano, she's going to get the jersey right. This perfect dismount, little step, career high, but then Belle Wong, top that, she gets the jersey. But Sabrina Garcia, she's going to challenge for the all-around. Having fun in Rutgers on BTN. It's all in on Big Ten athletics as we take a look at the RWJ Barnabas Athletic Performance Center. Practice facilities for the Rutgers men's and women's basketball teams, and it will be the new home for the Rutgers gymnastics team and their wrestling team. This will be fantastic as we take a look here at Rutgers. Don't forget, Friday night on BTN, don't miss live gymnastics coverage as Maryland competes against Minnesota. It all starts Friday at 8:30 Eastern on BTN and the Fox Sports app. Rutgers through 3 rotations, looking for their first Big Ten win, Alina Weinstein, and they have the lead.
It's been really close this meet, but Rutgers has been so impressive. And what I'm so impressed with is just their energy. All of these routines are so good, and moving that energy from event to event, that's why they're in this position right now. And I hope that they can tie this all together on floor and bring home the win.
Umi Salim Beasley said that Rutgers was so strong on the beam and they pop a 49.
Awesome work. I was so impressed with all of those routines, especially Belle at the end of that lineup, really bringing it home. She had a fabulous combination there and drilled that round up double twist into the ground. Just super spectacular work from this beam lineup.
Career high for Belle, career high for Michelle, and Sabrina Garcia in that anchor spot, along with Lauren Bridgens, a couple of 9.825s for Penn State.
I know that the Nittany Lions can do better floor than this. They just looked so tight on some of these landings here and just really getting into their heads about trying to be so perfect. I think Coach Brown said it best herself, but I think that they're going to take this as a learning experience, bring this home, make those modifications in practice, and really come back strong next week.
So now it is the question of Umi Salim Beasley managing this situation. As we look at the all-around story, Sabrina Garcia winning her first all-around last week, a narrow lead. Now if Garcia gets a 9-9, she'll clinch at least a share, a 9.925, she would win it, but Belle Wang has a chance, so does Michelle Morisano.
This has been a really tight all-around competition, and what does that say about your all-arounders? Just putting up the best routines and making sure that they are competing like veterans. We've definitely seen that from all of these all-arounders today, and it's going to be a really close and exciting meet.
Sabrina Garcia in the lead for the all-around. Will need a big score. When you think about Rutgers, they had Nebraska here on January 19th, and they put up a 194.325, and Nebraska narrowly knocked them off. And then last week, they had their highest score, a 194.6 against Maryland. I can't wait to see Maryland as well, as you see the concentration of Garcia.
Well, they're definitely on track to hit a 196 tonight. So if they have a good floor exercise, I think we're going to see a pretty big score. I think we're going to see a career high for them this season.
So Garcia leading the all-around, up first on the beam for Penn State.
This is the athlete that you want to put up in that first position. She is so serious and so confident. I would trust her leading off this beam team, and that's why the Nittany Lions do too. Here she goes, attacking every move here, trying to recover, just improvising a little bit, and trying to make sure that she's covering up some of these mistakes here. Going into that back handspring layout, step out. Beautiful recovery there, no movement, no deductions. And that beautiful full turn, of course, that's a requirement in the composure of your beam routine. Gotta make sure you have that full turn. And she just completed a sheep jump. Nice dismount. Just a small step back on that dismount landing, but great start, good routine. Don't think it's going to be quite a 9.9, but it's going to be close.
Take a look at her back handstand on the beam.
Back handspring step out, layout step out here. Really nice job there, showing no movement, really good control. And that standing gainer dismount, just a small shuffle with that foot, but good routine, good start.
All right, Tony Williams, sophomore, and then Mia Betancourt, the freshman. So important for Rutgers, knowing they have the lead, and that's what I was starting to ask you, is you're Umi right now. Did you talk to your team about just being steady here on the floor with that lead?
Definitely. You want to make sure that you are a powerful performer and setting the tone off right at the beginning. So this is a very important spot to be in. You want to make sure that you're confident and reliable. And sounds like we are starting off with a stuck double back here from Tony. Nice job on that landing. And of course, you'll see in these routines, it's not a deduction for you to take a step back. That's actually part of the routine and part of the skill. You can take that lunge, and that's not a deduction. But you can also stick it outright, just like Tony just did. And that's pretty impressive. Here she goes, front layout, front 1.5, took a small hop back. That actually is a deduction there. They'll take a 10th for that, since she didn't land in a lunge.
She's had a little hip injury that she's been fighting through, but Umi Salim Beasley talking about she is an explosive athlete on the floor.
Really working the crowd here and doing a nice job showing control on those leaps. Nice job with that routine. Good first routine to lead off with. And here's another look at that first pass. Round off back handspring, double back. Notice she didn't have to take that lunge. She just stuck it outright cold. Her teammates are joining in on doing some of that choreography with her, which is always fun to see.
All right, up next for Penn State is Kristen Paulitz. First look at Paulitz as she's a beam specialist, a career high of 9.85, season high 9.725. See Garcia in with a 9.825.
She is a beautiful beam worker, really nice lines. Starting off with a front aerial to a back handspring connection.
Sarah Brown saying that she had the best routine, but she was a little upset with the judging as she thought she deserved a better score than a 9.725.
She goes with that full turn, showing really nice control there. Nice cat leap to a switch side. Don't know if that was a 180-degree split, which of course is a requirement in the composure of your beam routine. It is a deduction if you're hitting less than that 180. Showing a little bit of trouble with that front aerial series here. She's just not in control of some of these landings. I don't know if it's nerves, but she looks a little off today. But finishing up the routine, super strong. Nice stuck landing on that gainer fall.
Yeah, give her credit for fighting through. It was a couple wobbles, held it together, and then a phenomenal dismount.
Definitely fought through that entire routine, which at this point in the season is extremely important. She finished that up very well. Sarah liked that routine, but I know they'll be looking to drop that score.
Great reaction, though, from Sarah Brown. Even if they're going to drop the score, that encouragement for her beam specialist solid. As Mia Betancourt up next, the freshman from Reading, PA, Berks Catholic High School. Big-time performer. As Umi telling us that her team loves to dance. They love to perform under the bright lights.
Definitely, and we've been seeing that in the choreography of these routines. We're seeing smiling faces. They're really having fun with these floor routines. Seeing a lot of personality here. Nice job. She did a round-off whip to a double pike, which is very difficult for a first pass. Nice job on those jumps there. And some really fun choreography here.
Paulitz in with a 9.7.
Layout front half there. Some more dance here. Getting this crowd pumped up. I love the energy that they are bringing to the floor exercise. A few more breaths here before she heads into that last tumbling pass to finish this routine off. She goes round off back handspring, double pike. Nice job. A little bit of soft knees throughout that tumbling pass, but overall a really good routine.
Freshman Mia Betancourt for Rutgers trying to get a win. Let's look at her second pass.
Here she goes, front layout, front half. Nice control on that pass. And just another look at that. Round off back handspring, double pike. You can see her knees are a little soft and just a little unsure of that landing, but overall good routine.
Coach Sarah Brown, hands on her hips, as reps are taking another look at the Paulette score, in with a 9-7. Mason Holsick, who has been an anchor on the beam, and this means her mom has her eyes closed again with the camera rolling. Of course, we saw her a couple weeks ago on the Big Ten Network with quite the fall off the beam, Alina.
And it's worth noting, on TV we saw her crash. Next weekend she got back up on the balance beam and got a 9.875. So just to see that kind of recovery in Rec Hall is awesome. And I got to talk to Coach Brown before this meet, and she's just been saying that this beam team has been so responsive to some of the changes that they've been making. They've been switching this lineup up. They're really embracing the challenge of just going out there and delivering routines. So if we're ever going to be making changes, it's going to be now before we get into championship season.
Sarah Brown giving a whole lot of credit to Sarah Thompson, their athletic trainer, as Mason Holsick bringing it here.
She's doing a nice job moving through this routine. She just looks like she's back. She's super confident. Here she goes. She's just going to finish this routine up with that dismount. Spoke too soon. She's going to do a front aerial first. And now for the dismount. Nice stuck landing there with that gainer. Great job from Mason. And Brianna's saying she is excited for these athletes, bringing a lot of energy to this team. Fantastic to see. She was such a superstar for the Nittany Lions in her career.
Look at that big hug there. Sarah Brown and Mason Holsick, coaching staff for Penn State.
Beautiful. And here she goes with that cat leap into the dismount, stuck landing.
Her mom, Diana.
I love that. That's so good.
Betancourt, by the way, a 9.775, a new career high for the freshman. Michelle Morisano, she needs a 9.975 to tie Sabrina Garcia, and a 10 to top her, which will be tough. And don't forget Belle Long, she still has a shot. She just needs a 9.925 to tie Sabrina Garcia. So that'll be fun as we continue to take a look at Rutgers. Meanwhile, Mason Holsick, a 9.875 on the beam.
And Michelle has a really fun rock and roll Welcome to the Jungle mix. Definitely repping the New Jersey. Starting off strong with a really beautiful round off back handspring double pike. Strong first pass. Beautiful height on those jumps. She's just so fun to watch. She has so much power in her legs. She's super flighty.
Little air guitar.
She is the real deal. Nice job with that connection series.
Rock it out at Rutgers. Michelle Morisano.
Love it.
I love rock and roll.
Here we go. Last pass. See if she can get this. Oh no. Went out of bounds on that. Definitely didn't want to end her routine like that.
Perhaps too much adrenaline, too much rocking out.
She's gonna have to work on that in practice and taper that down and figure out how to feel on that last pass. Up until that point, that routine was flawless.
Boy, it is nice to see this senior, though. Bright eyes, ready to take it in. It's too bad she stepped out of bounds, because up until that point, solid performance.
She's going to work on that in practice, and she's going to come back next weekend. It's going to be a really strong flow routine. Here's a look at that first pass, round off back handspring, double pike. Nice job. I almost wonder if she can do a double layout there. She's opening it up at the end. And here's that last pass. Just had too much power. Couldn't keep it in bounds there. And look at that air guitar.
Gotta love that.
Love it.
It's a better air guitar than Lance Stevenson for sure right there. Tess McCracken. Mason Hosick, 9.875, just below her career high. And Tess McCracken now, the junior from Texas, found her stride on the beam, according to head coach Sarah Brown, and here she goes.
And coach was saying on Tess McCracken, if she could pick somebody who is the most improved so far, she would pick Tess. She's just been more grounded and a lot stronger physically and mentally. Got to have both components there to be a strong competitor.
Especially on the beam, between the ears, a whole lot of mental stability, right?
Definitely. Beam is more of a mental exercise than it is physical. You have to make sure that you are keeping with your breathing. You're focusing on your keywords that make those skills happen. It's not about the actual gymnastics. It's about getting your mind right. She's doing a beautiful job so far. You can tell that she's determined and so focused here, making sure that she is not giving any kind of deduction away to these judges. She's just got that last dismount here, back handspring to a gainer full, stuck the landing. That was a big routine, and she knows it.
Yeah, I think she's going to have herself a career high. It's 9.85 going in. She may top that. That was solid.
I think so. That was a solid routine. I am very impressed with Tess. She definitely found her stride, coach.
How about this concentration level for Penn State, trailing in the final rotation on the beam, and they are delivering big-time scores.
And here's another look at that back handspring to a gainer full dismount. Another look at that. Stuck landing. Look at this team. Yes, that is what they train for. Those are the reps that they're doing in practice, and to see it pay off on the competition floor is so exciting.
Wonderful job by our crew, directing Ryan Dobish. Good shot there, Sarah Brown. First calmness, then the big smile. As we move back over to the floor, Jenna Rizkala is up for Rutgers. She is a senior from Westfield, New Jersey, with a fun hip-hop routine.
Nice job. Double full punch front. Just going to be getting bonus connection for that. Showing off some personality here. Dancing in this routine. I'll say yeah.
.925, a new career high for Tess McCracken. You knew it, didn't you?
I knew it. That was a good routine. Way to deliver. Booty to a back layout. That's a fun skill to see. A few more dance moves in here.
There has been a lot of sizzle tonight for this one, Alina.
Great routine. The energy that the Scarlet Knights have, I've never seen this before. I love watching them. They just look like they are in control of their gymnastics and having a really great time doing it. And here Here she goes. 1.5 to a back layout. Nice job. You can see Umi in the background cheering her on.
And you gotta feel like Umi is a big part of this sizzle, like a 360 turnaround for this team in just not even a full year. I mean, she hasn't even had this team that long. And
this is a very talented team, and she is bringing out the best in them.
9.875 for Jenna Rizkala, who I liked on the floor. As we move now to Jessie Bastardi, a legacy performer, of course. Her mom, a big-time gymnast. Her dad, a big-time athlete as well. So good to have her back in the Penn State colors. She's from State College.
Coach Brown has high hopes for her on balance beam. It is definitely her best event. I'm excited to see her nail this routine. Nice start there with that front aerial back handspring connection.
Think about the tie-in. She's a transfer from West Virginia, where Umi Salim Beasley, the head coach of Rutgers, was a gymnast, but Penn State's her home, so glad to see her back with the Nittany Lions.
Nice job on that front toss through to a flutter jump connection. And you can just tell when you're watching her that she just has this aura about her. Like, she knows that beam is her event. She has this swagger while she's up there.
She's hung a 9.9 already.
Nice job sticking the landing on that side aerial connection dismount. Great routine. And she just joined this team in October. That's so impressive that she's back in the competition floor, competing already like a veteran, especially on one of the hardest events. We'll take another look at this front aerial to a back handspring series. And she has to keep her body moving in order to get that credit for the connection series. Here she is, side aerial to a back layout full. Nailed the landing. That was a great routine.
Stuck landing. Yeah, she had a lot of the pieces to a perfect 10 right there on the beam.
Definitely. She has polished form. She's really working on sticking that landing. Thought that was a great routine.
All right. So Jessie, a 9.925. So she's got a career high. It's like Oprah Winfrey is here. Everybody bringing them home. And speaking of bringing it home, Belle Huang, she needs a 9.925 to tie Sabrina Garcia for the all-around. If she can eclipse that, she can win the all-around.
Well, she just got a 9.925 on balance beam. I have no doubt if she puts this all together, she could vie for that all-around crown today. Starting off super strong, she just did a front handspring, double full twist. It's valued as an E element. And again, with that Rudy punch through the back layout, beautiful, elegant skill there.
Our stats man, Safi Khalil, reminding us that the 9.925 is her career high. So if she can match that, she can tie Sabrina for an all-around title.
Wow, I love this routine. She is making this look so effortless right now. She's not giving any deductions away. Let's see if she can bring this home. Just the last pass coming up here.
She hit that 9.925 back on January 19. Here it comes.
Here it comes. 1.5, beautiful landing. I think it's going to be close. Nice routine from Belle.
She kind of keeps it all in, doesn't she?
She's a silent killer here.
That's right. We'll wait for her score as we've got a little bit of drama. We really got, I think, drama both ends. I mean, as you take a look at her second and final pass here for Belle Huang.
Here it is. That's called a Rudy, directly connected into a back layout step out. I love that skill because it's so floaty in the air. She just makes it look so effortless. Then here's another look at that 1.5 twist to finish up that routine.
All right. The way you want to end this, as I think part of the story's got to be, and you know Alina Weinstein as well as anybody, you see the 9.925, we can tell you that Bell got a 9.9, so that means Sabrina Garcia unofficially will be your all-around winner. But the powerhouses will end it. Lauren Bridgens and Ray Ali for Penn State and Rutgers, respectively. And it's not easy to come back and win on the beam. Penn State's got a chance to do it.
Well, we just saw that beam lineup there with those scores. Lauren is set up for success. We are building some momentum through the lineup here. So if Lauren can hit a nice routine, like I know that she can, she's going to be set up for a big score right now.
You got to go back to that huddle, too, with Sarah Brown before the beam started. Just talking about, I got to believe, saying, hey, we can do this, as Bridgens hangs on there.
A little bit of trouble there. She just lost control in her core, went a little bit haywire with the shoulder, but recovering nicely. I know she's going to bring it back here. And what a position to be in. Penn State knew they were coming in from behind to finish up on beam, the hardest event to really cover a lot of ground here. They're doing such a nice job. They're showing that they are a beam team, that they're not letting some of this pressure get to them. Here she goes, just finishing up with that dismount. Round off 1.5, just a small hop there. Really brought this back. Good job for Lauren. She really just had that small wobble there on that leap series. I think it's going to be a pretty good score. Here's another look at that dismount. Round off 1.5, just the smallest hop there. She almost had it, but really brought that beam team back.
Once again, Coach Brown liking it. High fives all around. And got to remember as well, with Ray Ali, with that late insert into the beam, she also is featuring on the all-around. We have seen her hit a career high earlier, and we've seen this the entire evening, long before we even started, right through, feeling it.
She, if we could sum up her performance for the day, she is just feeling it.
So Ray Ali, the senior from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Obviously, you know about the powerhouse of Bev Plotky and the Michigan Wolverines. Chose to come to New Jersey. Here's a throwback to the 90s, little salt and pepper.
And round off back handspring, full in. That is a double back with an extra full twist. That's valued as an E. Just landed that a little bit too short, but I know she has a ton of power. We're gonna see that skill executed perfectly sometime this season. Here she goes. Front tuck, step out through to a round up back handspring double back. Not quite executing these tumbling skills as perfectly as she could be, but she's showing a lot of difficulty here. Both of these passes are valued as an E element. And just having some fun here with the crowd, showing off her personality. Nice routine. Now we're not going to see as big of a score as Bell here. We did have a couple of deductions on the landings on both of those passes, but we're going to expect some really big things out of her.
Umi's like, where's my love? And Umi's going to get some love because unofficially we're pretty sure no matter what the score is for Ray Ali, Rutgers is going to win this.
And here's another look. at that first pass, she does a full twisting double back. Just couldn't quite get her chest up at the end of that pass there, but that is a hard skill. And I'm so impressed with her and how she's handled herself this meet.
A 9.775 for Ali. Pretty good score fighting through there. No surprise, she has brought that fighting mentality as Rutgers with a 49.15 on the floor. Pretty sure it'll be enough to give Salim Beasley her first Big Ten victory as the head coach at Rutgers. Penn State should feel awfully good as well about their performance on the beam. Rutgers having a great time here tonight. Little air guitar rocking and rolling for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Sarah Brown, she huddled her team before they got on the beam. Everybody delivering big scores. Michelle Morisano rocking some air guitar, and Mama Hosick loving what her daughter does. Penn State and Rutgers. Rutgers, we think it's their first Big Ten win on the Big Ten Network. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights, they've got a new head coach and perhaps a new beginning, a big victory, their first of the Big Ten season, knocking off the Penn State Nittany Lions. A whole lot of sizzle tonight for the Scarlet Knights, getting it done with a 49 on the beam and a 49.15 on the floor. And the leader of the sizzle, their new coach, Salim Beasley. And it felt like your team, by the way, the second highest score in program history, was feeding off the energy of the crowd. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. I think that they really focused on their routines today. We took each event as it came. We didn't get ahead of ourselves. Weren't paying attention to scores at all. We were really just focusing in on going out and doing the best job that we possibly could, and that's what they did today.
Wow, Coach, I have to say this again. Incredible meet. I feel like this team has just been building on solid performances this year. Talk to me about what this win means to you and how you're going to be harnessing this energy for the rest of season.
Well, I think that they are starting to see what they're capable of doing. And the thing is that they know that they can do even more. We left a lot out on the table with landings, and we can improve on those things. And this is just going to really boost their momentum towards the end of the season. And I think that they have the confidence that they need. They really trusted in their gymnastics today. And it's going to help them build the rest of the season.
Congratulations, Thanks for being with us. All right, Salim Beasley, the head coach of the winning Rutgers team. That's going to do it from the rack. The all-around winner, Sabrina Garcia. My all-around superstars, Alina Weinstein. I'm Dean Linke. For Tony, Ryan, and the whole crew, thanks for being with us.